Hi, good morning, guys. Welcome back on the M50B30 stroker this morning. If you watched the previous episode, you would have seen that I was having some running issues. It was getting quite lumpy. That was down to spark plug number 4, 5 and 6. The holes were completely full of water, so it hasn't had an engine cover on it, and there's been no rubbers on the back scuttle panel for the last 2 or 3 years, and it's been parked outside, so it's had plenty of time for water to just fill up the spark plug holes. So I've cleaned all them off, and it's running a hell of a lot better now. I did drive it around the estate and it seems to pull really well. I'm not sure if there's a slight misfire down low, so I want to get my diagnostics plugged in so I can run diagnostics on it and see what the issues are and run some live data. I did try to connect to it last week through the OBD1 port in the engine bay, couldn't connect, and then I have a OBD2 port wired up to the EWS module. Tried to connect to that as well, and same thing, it wouldn't connect, so I need to work out why that is this morning. But I'm going to just try wire directly to the ECU, so I'll do another OBD2 port directly to the ECU and read it from there. That should work, fingers crossed. Yeah, so that's the plan, is plug it in so I can read live data on it and see what's going on, see if there is an actual misfire down low or not. My exhaust is done, obviously I've done that last week. Car sounds better now, at least I can drive it around without it sounding like an army tank. Anti-roll bar mount on the front driver's side. I need to get rid of that and tidy up that chassis leg. Once that's done, then I just need to sort out the driver's side, passenger side sill, and then the rear driver's side jacking point. So that'll be next on the list. There's a hell of a judder as well from one of the back wheels when you put power down. I'm not sure if it's a drive shaft or not, so I need to have a look at that. It shouldn't be suspension or anything because that's all decent, and the back end is all Powerflex poly bushed, so it won't be a bush either. I'm assuming it's just probably the drive shaft. Yeah, so that's it. So first things first is get an OBD2 port wired in and go from there. So just need to remove my battery first because my ECU was in behind it. Oh, battery out. Right, so I just need to find a couple of pins on this now that I need to use. So I just need power, earth, and then K line. Just taking the ECU plug apart, and first wire I need is pin 88, which is K line. This one here, white and purple. Pretty much always the same, and well, it's always the same. For the focus. So pin 88, white and purple. Then I just need to get a ground and power. I think ground is pin 28. Power will be one of these red wires. So I just need to find out which pin power is on. Yeah, so I'll wire into that now and see if I can get it working directly from here. Okay, so I just tapped into the wires on the ECU plug. I think pin 88 for the K line, pin 26 for power, and I think pin 28 for earth. And I just added a OBD2 plug onto the end of that, so hopefully this will work now. I'll try to plug it in, see what it does. Okay, so I've spent the last hour now trying to read these ECUs. Well, trying to read mine, but I've got another one on as well, just in case there's a problem with my one. I cannot read either. Connects to both, fine. I have 3 different places to connect it, and it connects to both ECUs in all 3 places, but it will not read. So yeah, so I'm kind of scratching my head at the moment now on why it won't pick up or why it won't read the ECUs. As I said, I've read these ECUs before on this car. I can connect to both ECUs as well on a bench rig that is set up. I can't really use them to read codes because nothing's plugged in like the MAF or anything like that, so it'll pick all of that up. So I've wasted an hour or 2 trying to get this sorted, but I've not wasted. I've ruled out a lot of stuff that I thought it might have been. I'm just not quite sure what's causing it. So yeah, so I need to do more investigation on that. So it might be a quick episode today. I haven't really filmed much. Once things start to annoy me, I just don't bother with getting the camera out. I might get the anti-roll bar mount off now before I go home, and then I'll do a bit more on it next weekend. Yeah, let me see if I have time. I'll take off this anti-roll bar mount, just at least have something to show for this morning. So I just need to clean this back a bit to access the spot welds. I need to grind them off or drill them out. If I can get the drill up there, yeah, I need to get that off so I can clean it up, tidy it up so it passes MOT. So I'm coming off, quite rusty underneath. I just grind that back, put a bit of rust treatment on it, cover it with seam sealer and paint, be fine. Mount is off. I'll just put some rust converter on the chassis leg. I don't know why, because I'm going to cover it up with seam sealer and a coat of paint. As I said, it's only just to pass the MOT. If it's not there, it won't fail. So just stuck some seam sealer over that, just to cover it up where it's been removed, and I'll give it a coat of paint once that dries. Probably do that during the week. Right, so that's it for today. Might only be a short episode. I didn't film a lot, the OBD wiring, that really done my head in, so I didn't really film much of that. I still haven't got that working, and I'm no further forward today than I was last week. I can connect to the ECU, it's shown as connected on IMPA. It just won't read any diagnostics. It's definitely not the ECU, because I've tried a couple of ECUs and they're all the same, and I can take the ECUs off the car and I can connect them to my bench rig for mapping ECUs, and I can connect them that way. But that's no good. I need them on the car so I can run diagnostics and live data while it's plugged in to see what the misfire is. I'll have another look at that anyway during the week. Hopefully it'll just be something simple. As I said, it did work before, and since then I've only fitted the S gauge, so maybe it's got something to do with the S gauge and the wiring that I've put to that. So I'll have another look at that during the week. Anti-roll bar mount, that's been removed, so at least there's a small bit of progress. I've put some seam sealer on it, and I will give it a coat of paint during the week once the seam sealer is dry. Next episode, I'll hopefully tackle the welding on the driver's side rear jacking point, and where the subframe mounting bracket bolts to the car on the driver's side, and also the passenger side sill. The middle of the sill has a hole in it, so I need to tackle that. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching. If you are watching, like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. Comment on the videos. It all helps the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one.